sitting all alone, ignore me, giving her the space to think. She's thinking about another drink.
Welcome back to another episode of the Millvale Music Minute, otherwise known as Here broadcasting on the Millvale Music Festival Facebook page at Millvale Music. We have good stuff in store for you today. We have more band announcements today on the show. So we've got another slew of band announcements, and we are still not finished yet. Thank you for your patience. It's all coming together. We just added another venue today, so we're kind of a little stalled in our finishing touches here at the Millvale Music Festival, but it is all coming together, and it's going to be a fantastic experience. The Millvale Music Festival is made possible thanks to our sponsors, the independent brewers of Trogs, Dogfish Head, Victory, Oscar Blues, and Bells, Grist House Brewing, First National Bank, Z-Trip, the River's Edge Radio Network, Yelp, the Double L Bar, Hahn Funeral Home, New Sun Rising, Sidelines Bar and Grill, the Millvale Borough, Sidekick Media Services, Bold Pittsburgh, The Incline, Salon 22, Millvale Yoga Collective, Jeff Wokutch Auto Body, Cousins Lounge, PNC Bank, and Attic Records. And today, we actually brought one of our sponsors into the studio, and you get to meet one of our sponsors right today. And we're going to drag everything out, so you have to listen as usual to the end of the show to find out who all of the new bands are that are selected. But right now, we have Perry Reese right across the table from me. How are you today, sir?
Great, Brian. Good to be here.
Great, and you are with First National Bank.
I am.
So, what is First National Bank? Is it a music venue?
No, actually, we will be closed for business that day.
You'll be closed for business that day. Okay. Is First National Bank a bar that it could drive in traffic?
No, we don't serve alcohol
Don't
at the
serve
bank.
alcohol at the bank.
No.
Are you a beer vendor? Like, do you sell beer to bars and you're trying to get people to buy your beer?
We don't.
You don't, no.
We offer financial services.
You offer financial services. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying the First National Bank is a bank?
Yes, it is a bank.
It's a bank. Okay, so it is not a music venue.
Right.
So why would a bank want to get involved in a music venue? Because you're not going to be driving people in to see concerts.
Throughout our 150-year history, we've had a commitment to helping our customers and the communities thrive that we serve, and we think that this is going to be a really good thing for Millvale. It's going to bring a lot of people in. I'm hopeful that it will not only bring business into the venues that are hosting the bands, but it will get people to see the rest of Millvale and what it has to offer. And so I think it's a good thing for the entire town, and we're happy to be a part of it. Not only are we sponsoring it, but we'll have many employees out there volunteering on the day of the event to help set up, to help with direct people through the town and things like that. So it's very exciting for us too.
Now, you got on early. You were the second sponsor or the second paying sponsor to join into onto the music festival. Mm-hmm. Did you expect it to blow up as big as it has with the excitement and the energy? Because right now, for those of you who haven't been paying attention, over 400 bands have applied. It's really doing really, really well, and it's going to be an awesome event. And I honestly was blown away to see how much energy that came in right from the start. Were you kind of predicting that?
I am surprised in a way at the overwhelming amount of bands that have applied, but I'm not surprised because Millvale has a lot of good people in it, a lot of good things going on. So it's almost to the point where you expect good things to happen in Millvale because everybody's committed to making it a better place. The business owners are all involved, so I'm surprised at the volume of it, but I'm not surprised that it's going to be a success because a lot of things are going on here. It's a good thing.
And Dale is posting here on the Facebook Live feed. He wants to know what kind of music will be at the music festival. We will be having a variety of genres throughout the festival. So we have everything from jazz to rock to all sorts of good stuff. So there's something for everybody here at the Millvale Music Festival. So tell me a little bit about the culture of First National Bank, because I know as somebody who lives here in Millvale, I see a lot of the things that you do outside in the community, just even members of the bank. And do you think that that's reflective of the culture of the bank, that it brings in good people and things like that?
Yeah, like I said earlier, for 150 years, we've been committed to helping the communities that we serve and the customers that that we're fortunate enough to have as customers. And we have not only do we provide financial support and sponsorships for local nonprofits and community organizations, but we also volunteer our time, which is the fun part of it. Our head teller routinely helps Millvale Helping Hands, which is a local nonprofit. She'll help them out at Millvale Days, which is an annual event in September in Millvale. We go up to the First Responders Dinner that's hosted at VFW Post 118 every September, where the spaghetti dinner for the policemen, the firemen, and the EMT. And we'll cook, we'll bus tables, we'll do whatever, But it's good to get out in the community and meet everybody. We regularly attend the business association meetings and community development meetings. So it's good to be involved in a community.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I love seeing everything that you guys do. I know recently you did something for the veterans, and also Perry does a lot of stuff in the local community yourself, and recently you did something to help out the veterans. Can you talk about that?
Well, 2 weeks ago was their anniversary week. It's the oldest VFW post in Pennsylvania. And so every year they have an anniversary celebration. It was their 98th anniversary. So 2 more years and they'll have their 100th. And I was a guest bartender on Saturday night. And again, the kind of town that Millvale is, I asked a couple people if they'd like to come up and have a good time. And we had a really good crowd. Everybody had a good time. People were dancing. Of course, we made all kinds of food for everybody to eat. So it was good. It was a good time. But you ask somebody for help in Millvale and they show up, which is that's nice.
It's an awesome community, and I think that can be seen in the growth of this music festival on a financial level. We've had so many sponsors that have come out and really have helped make this thing possible, and it's been great because we haven't really. I mean, we have gone around and asked, but we haven't had to really fight for sponsorships. People have been willing to just step up and help out, which is really awesome. So, what other community events do you guys do? I know you guys do a monthly volunteer thing in the local
our market,
district,
which is in the North Hills of Pittsburgh. We'll 1 month we collected books and magazines for the library over at Children's Hospital or something related to Children's Hospital, where the patients have something to read, new material, and the parents who have to stay there, obviously with their children and have material. We had a truckload of books. Last month there was a need for the wild animals who were captured, or not captured, but who were hurt and brought in to be helped. Birds and rabbits and things like that. So we collected a bunch of food and materials that they would need, like nests and things to make a nest out of, and oats and peanut butter and stuff that they would eat. So they're rehabilitated and put back out into the wild. It's and then we 1 month we collected food for a local food bank for a church who was providing it to the homeless and things like that. We do something different every month. And in May, our event will be to come down and help out at the Millvale Music Festival.
Nice. We really appreciate that. That's awesome. That was a huge thing. I remember going into the committee meeting and saying, guess what? We've got all these volunteers. And everybody was thrilled at the meeting. So that was really exciting. And we're trying to embody that spirit here with the music festival. Whenever you come, we are going to have a 50-50 donation. And it's going to be 50... It's actually going to be a 50, 25, 25, because 50 of it's going to go back to the winner, and then the other half is going to be split between the music festival and the North Hills Community Outreach.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that to try to help those people out as well. So, are you a fan of local music, or do you know a lot about music in the Pittsburgh area?
I have to admit that I'm kind of a middle-aged guy who's stuck in the 70s and 80s. I know some current music because of my children. But I don't have the opportunity to go out and see a lot of local bands. So I'm actually excited as we were listening to some of the things that were on the River's Edge prior to going on. I'm excited for that day to hear some of it.
Yeah, I think what's cool about it is it exposes, like someone like yourself who is not as exposed to the music scene and you're not into it. This could give you, or not, I shouldn't say not into it, you haven't been exposed to it or experienced it. So this will give you the opportunity to kind of listen to a lot of bands and see what Pittsburgh's about. And that's one thing I love about all of these little festivals is I hear all the time how, there's no good music in Pittsburgh. There's no good music in Pittsburgh. But then these people, when they go to these festivals and they see what we actually have, they're blown away.
Those 2 songs we were listening to before we went on, that local
original music.
They were great. I loved it.
Yeah, and we have such a good variety here in Pittsburgh because we do have like a strong jazz history, and then we do have a blues history, and then rock. Right now, there's a lot of good rock music in Pittsburgh, and the acoustic scene is insane here in Pittsburgh. So there is just such a wide variety. It's really a cool thing.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to it.
awesome. So now the time that you have all been waiting for, we have a new listing of musicians and bands who will be performing here at the Millvale Music Festival. So can you give me a drum roll? All right, we have Joanna Chastik. She will be performing. We have Jordan McLaughlin, Gary Prisby, Kevin Finn, August Winters, Alyssa Hankey, Dennis Malley, Joe Pucciarelli, The Bloody Seaman, The Wire Riots, The Hedonism Bots, Special Reserve, Big Atlantic, Old Man Rob, The Bleo Brothers, James Hoven Trio, Lee Robinson Trio, and The Lone Pines. So that is your most recent update. We're still working on getting everyone together, but that is your most recent update there. So we have just some unbelievable bands, some of the best in the city who are going to be here at the event.
Despite what I said earlier, I actually recognized one of those names.
Oh, really? Who
Yeah.
did you recognize?
I can't remember which one it was, but I've heard it. Maybe they're a customer of the bank or something.
Maybe, yeah. Plus, I mean, a lot of these bands become well known. Like you hear them all the time. You see them at different festivals. So it's like it's one of those things. Even if you aren't in the scene, like some of the people, just everybody knows. Like I'm trying to think like a good example. Chet Vincent. A lot of people know him, even if they're loosely connected with the scene or just aware. Gene the Werewolf. There's a few different names that I
I've
can
heard
think
that
of.
before.
Because they're on DVE a lot, so that's one reason a lot of people, if they just tune into their old radio, they can hear a few of these guys. But yeah, so all right. Well, thank you so much, Perry, for coming on as always.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, this has been the Millvale Music Minute. And don't forget next week to tune back in. Ian should be back with me as well, and hopefully we'll have everything lined up for you as far as the entire lineup. And also stay tuned in the weeks to come. We will be revealing parking locations and a shuttle service and all sorts of other good things that you really want to stay tuned for, because it will make your experience here at the Millvale Music Festival much nicer and much easier and much smoother. So this has been the Millvale Music Minute. I'm Brian Crawford. Thank you so much, Perry, for joining me.
Fun.
And stay tuned for next week.
Thanks, Brian.
Don't feel like sleeping, but if I must, turn around, my head till I know my dust. Carry